Hello, good morning. I'm going to take my 11 DPO today. My tests, I'm going to use the same ones I did on yesterday, the clear blue and the Wanfo strips. The clear blue is the pink dye early detection test, and then the Wanfo is the extra sensitive. Also, some people compare it to first response. And I believe it detects about 10 MIU, so I think it is just slightly, I think first response is a little bit more sensitive. But I'm going to take those two today, and I wanted to test today. I already got done with all my baking and stuff for the Thanksgiving orders that I had. So this is more of a noon test, mid-morning. I believe it's about 11 something in the morning, so it's not first thing, but I did have some spotting today for 11 DPO. I have not had spotting for the last several days, so I want to just make sure, go ahead and test and see if anything is showing up on today's test. And I usually get AF around 14, 15 DPO. Not sure what will happen this month. But with the spotting, I definitely need to test and see if anything is showing up to rule anything out. So I'm going to do that as quick as possible. We'll see the results together. Yesterday's test, they weren't like completely negative, but I wasn't seeing any lines of color on them, so I'm not really sure. I called it negative, and they did kind of dry with evap lines on both of them, so that's pretty odd. These brands have not given me like evap lines or false lines as of now, so let's just go ahead and see what is up for today, and hopefully the spotting is something good and not signifying something bad or dangerous. And if I were to be pregnant, it would definitely show, I believe, today for 11 DPO, especially after yesterday's test where they were kind of questionable. I would think that today would show something, or if they're completely stark white negative, then we know our answer for this cycle. But let's go ahead and get some tests dipped, and then we will see. Alright, I also wanted to go ahead and take my test now that I have a chance, because my husband went out to town into the store. So if for any reason I need some more tests, or maybe I want to try out some different brands, I can go ahead and let him know. This is the last clear blue in the box. Then I have plenty of Wanfos. I bought a brand new box of Wanfos that I just started using this cycle. So I'm all set on the Wanfo strips, but like just in case if I do happen to see something on today's test, I'd like to try out a couple other brands, maybe First Response or some of the other brands that are available at the grocery store. So that is just now starting to go through. I find that clear blue, whether it's the blue dye or the pink dye, they seem to be very reliable for me. They don't have like indent lines or false lines. So I'm dipping the Wanfo right now. The Wanfos have also been pretty good. Besides, like I said yesterday, it dried with sort of an evap line. And they usually don't, but I find that also sometimes, like if your urine is very concentrated, you tend to get evap lines, especially on those Walmart cheapy ones. If your urine is not like diluted enough, you haven't been drinking enough water, you're dehydrated, an evap line will actually show up much better than if you are well hydrated. So that could be it also. But I'm going to give these tests 5 minutes. We'll check them out. We'll see. If I do see anything on them, I will tell hubby to grab me a couple different types of tests while he's at the store. If we don't see anything at all in today's test, then we move on. 11 DPO, I still have several days to AF arrive, so I probably will test some more with the Wanfo strips leading up to AF arriving. But I won't be in a rush to do it because obviously tomorrow is Thanksgiving, busy day for all. So I'm not going to worry too much about testing, but I definitely wanted to test today and take some time out of my day to test today because of the spotting and because I am at risk for an ectopic pregnancy. So I just want to make sure. So let's go ahead and give that 4 more minutes and we'll be right back. All right, 10:45 a.m. is the time. I woke up super early today, 6 a.m. to bake some yeast rolls and to finish up the last touches on some of our decorated Thanksgiving desserts. So just now finding the time to take this test, but I have a bit of a slower rest of the day. Probably going to start prepping some things for actual Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I'm taking a look at the Wanfo first. Not sure if I'm seeing anything on that one. Let me look at the clear blue. Let me take an above shot, and then I'm going to take a closer look at them both too. Alright, here they are both again, clear blue and the Wanfo. I'm going to say they are both negative. I am not seeing much of anything, especially nothing in pink or purple color. So I'm going to call them negative for today and move on. I don't know if I'm going to test tomorrow on Thanksgiving. We will see how it goes, but I don't feel the need to grab any other tests. I will just continue with the Wanfo strips for the rest of the cycle because I don't really see anything on today's test. They do look negative. They look, I guess, similar to yesterday, but maybe even a little more negative than yesterday. I'll take a couple pictures to attach at the end. But if I do not test anymore until after Thanksgiving, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families and enjoy all the food and desserts. I will be back for some more testing at some point, so I'll see you guys back very soon, and we will see what ends up happening for this cycle. But enjoy your holiday. I will see you again soon. Thanks for joining me on this video.